welcome to the Man United show. We are live. And it's the Manchester United versus Liverpool preview. And we're joined by former Liverpool and England forward, Emile Heskey. How you doing, Emile?
I'm very good. Yourselves?
I'm good. And of course, great timing. I'm sure you've done that as a sort of last minute, like big entrance. Big entrance. This is what this is about. He's going to go 3, 2, 1. It's going to happen. I know you're going to come in the room, Nathan. However, live TV. Here we go. There we go. Slightly off schedule, but I'm joined by my co-host Nathan at Ellington. How you doing, Nathan?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Got the sound working in the end.
You got me sweating, Nathan. Don't do that to me. All right. This is the Liverpool versus Man United preview. Big game on Sunday. Arch rivalry between the two. Before we go ahead, everyone new watching tonight, smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to KS1 TV on YouTube and smash that subscribe and bell button as well. All right, let's go straight to the team news. So, for Manchester United, it looks like Martial still remains out. However, Fred and Cavani should be in contention after the World Cup qualifiers. And for Liverpool, Alisson and Fabinho are back in the squad after their World Cup qualifiers as well. Other than that, injuries are limited. So let's crack on as we go ahead. Couple of questions here. So Emile, the question about Joe Gomez and Matip. Matip has been holding the reins while Gomez has been out, but Gomez is starting to look like he's coming back into the squad. He got some minutes on the weekend. Would you look to bring Gomez back in the squad, or would you stick with Matip as it is?
Consistency. You want that consistency. You want that continuity. And if you've got, and especially as players. Players, you don't want to be brought out of teams, especially like when you're doing well and you're in your groove. Don't trouble me. Let me just carry on until I fall off, and then you can change it. So I think for Matip, I think it's that continuity again, because again, there's been a time where he's been injured and come back in, then been injured and come back in. Now you're starting to see the him playing regular games and then getting into his stride as well. I wouldn't change too much, but it's always good to have backup, and it's always good to have people pushing you, because that's when you start to get the best out of yourself. When you start getting complacent and you know that you're going to play, don't worry, I know I'm going to play. That's when you start to fall off a little bit.
I was going to say, do you think Klopp would have a bit of a handful trying to keep that competitive edge, or do you think it would be easier, as you're saying there, by Matip knowing that Gomez is on his shoulder, ready to take his spot if there's an opportunity there?
I think it's having Gomez on your shoulder, or a player on your shoulder, ready and willing to take your place. Because again, up until Gomez got injured, they were talking about him and Van Dijk being the best partnership in the Premier League and blah blah. Yeah. So then he obviously got injured, and now look at it. Now Gomez is having his best little spell. You've got to keep up. You've got to keep that pressure on them, so they keep them performances coming.
Yeah, definitely. Nathan, there's a lot of pressure been heaped on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently. Form's not been great. It's not really the game that you want to be playing against Liverpool in this form, with probably the most dangerous player in the world in Mohamed Salah on Sunday, is it?
No, but first of all, good to see you. It's been a while, so nice to have you on the show. And secondly, when it comes to Man United playing at the moment, playing the big boys, the team that I thought might just fall off a bit, because I thought Van Dijk coming back after a long time, he might not be able to get that consistency straight away. He's proved me wrong, and the whole team's just benefited from it, and they've just got that. It's like they left where they finished before Van Dijk got injured, and it's going to be a scary sight, coming up against, I think, Salah on the best. He's great as it is, but he's at the highest of his of form at the minute as well. So it's going to be dangerous. One thing that is good in my mind that I always look back at is Shaw usually does quite well. And Wan-Bissaka usually does quite well against both Mane and Salah. So I'm just hoping that they have one of them quiet games again, and United, go there as underdogs, and go to Old Trafford as underdogs. They were going to be underdogs for sure, but I just hope that we just, do one of those counter-attack games and somehow, nick a win, because I can't see how we're going to control the game against Liverpool playing the way they're playing at the moment.
But don't you think as well that it could play into your hands where, let's be honest,
that's what I'm saying.
You ask 9 times out of 10, you ask people that everyone will say that they're going to lose. So you can go into this game with a bit of freedom. You never know what will happen. And this is the thing that can count for you. Then you go and win that, and then it's kind of a springboard. At the moment in time, you're in a rut.
Yeah.
Man United are in a rut.
Yeah.
But you never know with players that just to take them shackles off, because again, and this is a huge game, regardless of where they were in the league, this is a huge game. And it will be watched by millions, hundreds of millions of fans all over the world. So any game you want to actually put yourself in the limelight for, this is the one. Now the pressure is not the pressure. The pressure, I don't think there's that much pressure on United, because they're not doing so well.
That's so true. Then that's what happened last season, isn't it?
True.
We won them games. So that's why I'm kind of got a bit of hope that we're going to do something on the counter against these big boys, the Cities, the Liverpools, and see how it goes.
So would you say the form slightly goes out the window for this game? A little bit like a derby, because the rivalry is so big?
I would say that as well, yeah. And I've played I've obviously played in the game, and this is one of the first. This and the Merseyside derby, the first games you look for when you get the fixture coming out. These are the first games that you look for. You got that's that game, and that's that. You're looking at that now. Form probably does go out the window, because again, it's about a fight. It's about hunger. It's about heart. Yeah. It's about having 70,000 fans and them spurring you on, and you wanting to do well, and you not wanting them to. The first tackle for me was, but again, it's changed a little bit. But yeah. What's
the atmosphere on the build up to that? Is it fierce? Is it in the crowd just as you're coming out the tunnel? What's the atmosphere like? The build up?
Yeah, it's always fierce. And like you're saying, coming out that tunnel and coming into that cauldron, that heated place was always going to be. And you got to remember, I played in an era where Man United were the best.
Yes.
And then there was obviously Arsenal took over the realm for a little while, but this was. And I played in an era where we actually won a lot of games at Old Trafford. Danny Murphy free kicks, but you still feared Man United. And I think one thing that Man United need to get back to is that fear factor. Yes. I don't think anything goes to Man United and fears getting licks.
Not anymore. Not at all anymore.
But I think previously, I think Rio Ferdinand said something. Is the mentality used to be us going into games, we didn't care about what these other teams were doing. Now it seems that the mentality has switched a bit. Now you're thinking of what these other teams are doing. Yeah, I know football's changed a little bit, but that air of confidence that you're having yourself is an extra level. That air of confidence that you've now seem to have lost, the other teams have against you, and they don't have that fear against Man United. So they go and attack them. They go and try and take them on. Do you think that's the case?
Two different things. I think, but can I just say on that, that's two different things, because again, you're talking about you didn't worry too much about the opposition. That's a different era, because I remember playing at Leicester, and we never really did anything on opposition. We only worried about our game and what we're going to do. Yes, look, we know what they're all about, but we're going to worry about what we're going to and how we're going to attack them when we have the ball, and what we're going to do when we have the ball. Then when I went to Liverpool, and different philosophy and different tacticians when it comes to management, it was all about the opposition. And we would, even when we're playing Grimsby in the cup, we're doing tactics and this and that. We're going through every single player. I'm like, this is Grimsby. We need to worry about that. But then you get to understand, no, it's different practice. It's where we are now. You need all the information.
Yeah,
to nullify.
Who was the manager at the time with you at Liverpool?
Gerald Houllier.
Okay. Yeah, he's passed away recently, hasn't he? So
yeah. So we're going to get onto the predicted lineup. So Nathan, give us your predicted lineup for Manchester United.
Obviously, I think De Gea will play. Shaw will play. Wan-Bissaka will play, and I think he'll stick with Maguire. I think Varane will still be out, so we won't be able to get involved. I'd like to see Bailly in there because I just think he's more of a accomplished defender, one-on-one. I just think that, like we said before, Maguire with Lindelof, it's just not filling me with that confidence that we're going to be able to, handle the better teams defensively. But I would go with Bailly, but I think he's going to go with Lindelof and Maguire, just like I think he's going to go with them both tomorrow. Then I see him putting the Fred and McTominay in there because that's what he does against the big boys. He tries to shut everything down, give no space in behind, sit back, soak up some pressure and then go for it. So I'd see Fred and McTominay in there and he'll drop one. He'll probably, from what I've known him to do, he's probably going to drop someone like Pogba. He's probably going to put Bruno in there. He's going to put Greenwood in there, Cristiano, and I think he'll start with Rashford now. So that would be the team that I'd see him doing. Playing with.
So off the back of Gary Neville's comments, where he essentially said going back to a Fred and McTominay central midfielder is kind of shows a bit of weakness. Do you believe in that, or does he really need to just revert to type right now, reset, default, and then go again?
What we've got right now, you cannot do anything other than Fred and McTominay in there because we're too weak. We're too open. For me, we're too open if we play anything else at the moment. Unless you're going to play Varane and Bailly, you got to go with Fred and McTominay. That's what I've always said. If you change it, then you can change that midfield. But until then, I don't see it changing.
Yeah, true.
That's me. That's my opinion anyway.
All right. Emile, could you give us the predicted lineup, or what would your starting lineup be against Man United? Give us your starting lineup.
I think you see Klopp, and it's difficult to change much. The only changes that you would make is in midfield. What's he gone for today? He's gone for Henderson, Keita, and Milner.
Yeah, and Milner. Yeah.
But he can that can be changed. But it's always that same back four and always the same front three. Again, you can put Jota in there, but I can't see him doing that. So I'd go for the same. And this is the thing: he always backs them with the fitness regime they're probably doing. Doesn't really like to change anything. Yeah,
true.
And that continuity is fantastic for a team. I remember playing back-to-back games. We play Thursday, Sunday, and that continuity, you get through it. Yeah, you're fit enough.
This is what I said. You know what, I said this before. Yeah, when I was playing in the lower league, we played so many games, weekday, weekend, and we never got tired. We were playing first team, playing all the time, 90 minutes every game. You get fitter, and you've got them days to recover, and you come back. So I don't understand when some people say like they're tired. Like playing on a Saturday, then a Tuesday, and then they can't play Saturday again. I just don't get it. They're fitter. They're fitter people. What do you think?
I think a lot of that now is not necessarily physical. I think it's a lot of it's mental.
Mental fatigue, or
and that will have an effect on you. And plus, one thing you've got to remember: traveling does take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
So they're going abroad and blah. But again, we travelled. We was in UEFA Cup. So traveling does take a lot out of you. But still, we were still playing. We hardly changed our team. I played 59 games that season.
But do you think that these days, if you guys were playing at the same rate you was playing then, they would have said, "Oh, Emile, you've got an injury there that you may not have noticed, or you're in the red zone, so we're going to have to take you out for a game. Do you think they're just a bit more cautious of the players and taking a little bit more care because they've got more technology and more know-how?
Possibly. They're probably technologied out and taking that over what the player actually feels and what the player feels he can push himself to, which is not a bad thing. But again, I think again, two games a week is. We're not talking about 3 games. We're not talking. I remember that season we played like 3 or 4 games that in 1 week because it was just congested.
The Christmas period is ridiculous. Yeah,
that's pretty tough though. 4 games in a week. That's pretty brutal. So in this game, who would your key player be in this game, Nathan?
I think Rashford's going to be for United. I think Rashford would have to be the key man. I think him coming back and providing that pace in behind. He loves to sit on people's shoulders and just continually make them runs. And if Pogba's there with the ball deep, he'll continue looking for him. So I think he's the one who's going to be the changer in this game. So it's not the same Cristiano as it's been in recent weeks or Bruno this time. Rashford. I think Rashford's going to be our main key.
Yeah, he's seen in that one game that he's been back. He's can create something out of nothing, and he's just always looked like he's going to score. I mean, there's the obvious one, Emile, but who would you say the key player would be for Liverpool?
It's difficult to look any further than Mo Salah, isn't it? But again, you still have Mane pushing himself, and I think them two challenge each other in the sense of who's going to score.
Yeah.
And who's going to assist? Yeah, because you're looking at Mo Salah. What is it? 7 goals in 8 games and 4 assists, and he keeps striving for more and more and more. We still question him whether he's actually really that top elite player. Yet he keeps answering them questions.
Do you know what? I had someone not long ago turn around to me and say Mo Salah only scores goals, and I'm just like, no, you can't actually believe that he just scores goals. Like, look at what he does, like all over the pitch. He's dangerous. He just strikes fear into defenders. Do you think there's currently a better player out there at the moment?
Well, the thing is, when we look at the best players in the world, we tend to default to Ronaldo and Messi. Are them two doing really well at this moment in time? And no, they're not. Then you look at Lewandowski scoring goals anyway, blah blah. But no one's creating and scoring goals in the rate that Mo Salah is.
Yeah, it's only Haaland that I can think of.
I think we've just got to take the time to look at that.
Yeah, you do. You have to appreciate it sometimes.
I've got Salah and Haaland being the 2 top players right now, just on the top of their game. And then Lewandowski as well, obviously. Those 3, the main 3. But Salah probably just tops them 3. Haaland very close, to be fair. He's been scoring hat-tricks and still got same goals per games ratio. It's ridiculous what he's got.
Yeah.
Still got.
And the funny thing is, right? Funny thing is, we're putting a winger up against a centre forward.
Yeah. It's so true. That's so true. That is true. That's true. Yeah, is there any player in the Man United squad that you think would get into this current Liverpool team, Emile? It's only 11 players. It's only 11 players.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno would fit in.
But where would he fit in? Is he coming in over for
one of them midfielders, surely?
Yeah.
He'll fit one of them midfield slots.
It's a very
he'll come in.
But again, 3 midfielders are workhorses.
But again, he would be the only one. I don't know if I would. The funny thing is, I watched someone put, and it said about Harry Maguire. Not at the minute.
Nah, not for me.
Not at the minute.
No way.
I'm not saying he's not a good player, or he wouldn't be a good defender. But you gonna take him over Van Dijk? No.
I'm not putting him over Matip either.
No, and
Shaw and Robinson. I still love Robinson, to be honest.
Yeah, on this season on form, definitely a bit ahead of him. Definitely Robertson's ahead of him. Trent's ahead of obviously Wan-Bissaka. What about Greenwood being on fire, playing up front? Because that's what I'd like to have.
That's the only one I would probably
That'd
look
be amazing.
at.
Imagine that.
And put him central. I wouldn't put him on the wing.
No, I'll put him up straight up in the middle and take out Firmino. Yeah. Take out Firmino, put him up there, and I put Bruno in behind. And they're my only two players I'd be able to fit in at the minute, the way things are playing.
But the only thing with that as well, Nathan, is then do you then take away the two wingers' threats when you're bringing someone in who just stays in their positions they want to exploit?
Yeah. This is the thing, innit? It's about the balance of who you got in your team, and it's perfectly made for Salah Mane. And this is what I've been saying. It's like, it's basically like what you did for England. When you was up front for England, everyone was like, listen, he's playing. He can do so much. He brings others into play. Owen scores all these goals because of you. And that's what happens. And that's what I mean. And if you're not playing, Owen doesn't have as much joy. You know, and that's what happens in football. And this is United right now, unbalanced as hell.
Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo could do that job? Nathan's just saying you was very well renowned for your hold-up play. Man United seem like they need a bit of that. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo could do that job, or do you think they have to rotate the squad to get someone who can on specific games?
It's a difficult one, you know, because again, Cavani for me give you so much. And you get the right balance for the wingers.
Yeah,
Cavani is for me is a better forward.
Are you starting Cavani over? Are you dropping? Big question. Are you dropping Cristiano Ronaldo? that's sorry, I had to rephrase it. Are you dropping Cristiano Ronaldo?
That's Nathan's job, not mine.
No, you can't get out of this one.
Oh,
Nathan, are you dropping Cristiano Ronaldo for Cavani?
No, I'm playing Cavani over Cristiano Ronaldo on form right now, because I know what he's going to give me. And for the balance that I need, I'm going to start him. And I'm going to bring Cristiano on once Cavani gets tired. And then whoever's playing better, just like earlier on in the season, Cristiano's doing really well. So if he's scoring every game, keep him in. It's about who's scoring every game. I'd put Greenwood up front because he started off the season so well. But now he's having to play on the right and the left and whatever. And it's like, I think it just kind of kills it because you're not creating anything for Cristiano. That's what he's in there for. You've got to play to his strengths. You know what he's not going to do. So you have to put players in the team to help him do what he does best. And that's score goals and put the ball in the air for any of them to Cavani or Ronaldo. It's a goal.
And it will probably help Sancho as well because that's his natural game. He wants to get that ball. He wants to get down the wing. He wants to take on the fullbacks. Right now, he seems lost.
It's a struggle. They're not playing to his strengths. They're not seeing his types of runs. And I was saying this the other day. Dortmund play so direct. Bellingham gets the ball, he looks forward straight away, and he's looking for them boys making the runs forward. Sancho picks it up. He sees Haaland making straight ones. He's putting them balls in. But it looks to me when I'm watching, he's making the runs and they don't see those types of balls that need to come through for him because they're kind of like risk balls. And United are not that type of team trying to. You hear Bruno is a risky, everyone's saying he's that risky type of player, but everyone else don't try and find Sancho. Plus, he's not been playing on the right either. So I'd like to see him on the right, and I'd like to see. Obviously, been going over it over and again. I don't want to say too many times, but we need to get balanced over superstars, and that's what's going to change us for me. Go on, Em.
Hello? Can I just say about Sancho? Can I just say about Sancho? Whenever we have a foreign player coming into the league, we always say give him a year. We've got this young lad coming in who's probably 3 years into his professional career from a foreign playing in a foreign country, and we want immediate effect. Give the lad a break. Let him. You got to give him a year. This is totally different to Bundesliga.
Yeah,
you know. So the pace, the intensity, the drive of, and this is why everyone loves Premier League over in so many different continents.
Mm-hmm.
It's because what it gives you. So I think you've got to give this lad a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And he needs a year. One thing we have to remember: Patrick Vieira didn't, who is arguably one of the best midfielders to ever do it in England. He didn't do it straight away. Thierry Henry,
you know he's puffing his chest now, don't you?
arguably our best ever import, never did it straight away.
Yeah, you're right.
Nicholas Anelka, if we go back to when Nicholas Anelka came, the match of the day were cursing him out.
What a player he was.
Freddie Ljungberg, Perez.
We can keep going.
Sorry.
Have you paid him? Or what?
I'm just the host. I'm just the host. No, it's only because I've been saying this for forever, and there was this debate the other day about when Wenger's quote came out again, where it was, "I don't make superstars. I don't buy superstars. I make them." And then someone was like, he says he don't buy superstars, and he showed a team, and I was like, none of them players were superstars when he bought them. They were all made. So, but anyway, this is not the Arsenal show. This is the Man United show, so I won't ruin it for all the Man United fans out there. You can join us at 8:00. Let's get on to the score predictions. All right, we'll start with you, Emile. Give us your score prediction for the game.
I'm. The funny thing is, I'm still going to go for a Liverpool win. I'm going to go for probably a 3-1. I'm being very, very honest. I don't even know if that actually score, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1.
He said it so calmly as well.
Playing, you know.
Didn't even
Van
flinch.
Dijk is playing.
Give us a goal scorer. Give us a goal scorer.
Well, Salah, I'm going to go for the front three to score.
All right. Very good.
One each.
Straight.
Nathan, feel free to lie to yourself on this one. But no, I'm only joking. Come on. Draw. 2-1 win.
I'm going with I can't say my
Come on,
team's
you can't. This is the Man United show. You got your fans sitting there in the comment section.
My team ain't losing.
Thank you.
My team is going to go in there, not have any possession, and come away with a victory. Because we're going to get an early goal out of nowhere. When you guys are all over us, we're going to get a Rashford goal over the top, one ball in. And then we're going to be sitting back and trying to defend for our lives. And we will do it. But we will concede one. So I'm going with 2-1. I'm going with Rashford. And I'm going with Cristiano, who's going to pull something out of the bag. He's going to start, and he's going to pull something out of the bag. I know he is. I just know he is. I hope he is.
You've proper sold this to yourself. I like it. This will be good footage on Sunday. All right. So Emile's gone for a 3-1 victory for Liverpool, and Nathan has gone for a 2-1 victory. I believed it, Nathan. I believed it. Trust me, I believed it.
You know what I'm like.
You got to. I love the whole movie that you portrayed there. Emile, couple of questions for you. Someone's asking, who was your best strike partner you played with?
Well, Michael was always going to be my best strike partner. We played for a long time together. He actually started England under 18s. As far back as that, yeah. He was 2 years younger than me, but played with our age group. That's how good he was. And yeah, it just clicked from then, and just built on from there.
Oh, quality. Who else had one? All right. I don't see another one there. All right, cool. Nathan?
No, just taking a look at the comments there. I can see Fred working hard in that Liverpool midfield. Yeah, you've got a few other comments, but it's not really much there. Is there? Sancho should be doing better for me. Again, it's
as we said, give him time.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him time.
Yeah, Rashford with a last-minute winner, Garth saying as well, so that's good. He's thinking that. Well done, Garth. A bit of positivity there.
Emma,
okay.
what was it like playing in Australia? You was at Newcastle. Was it Newcastle Jets? Was you?
Jets. Yeah, I loved it. Loved every minute of it. It was different, obviously, with the climate and the style of play. They go off this Dutch philosophy, so everyone plays out from the back and blah blah blah. But again, even with that, it's horses. It's horses for courses. If you've got players that can do it, then fair enough. If you haven't, you're flogging dead horses, to be honest with you. Because again, because there's been times where you're trying to play out from the back and you get it nicked literally on your 18-yard box and someone has a shot at goal. It doesn't make sense to really be doing that. If you've got the players to do it, then fair enough. Or if you're development football, then fair enough. But if you're wanting to win games and you're about that's you've got to play to the players that you got. But I enjoyed that side of it. But I enjoyed that side of it because again, we had a lot of young players who wanted to learn as well, and they would ask me questions about that, and I'd say, look, I know you want to play football. I know you want to everything wants to be to feet, blah blah. But sometimes you've got to turn people to getting behind and stretch the game a little bit. Because once you start stretching the game, then pockets and spaces starts to open up. But if you're just keep playing it in there, and I've got 3 players around me, and I've got to try and bring it down and do this, it doesn't make sense all the time.
Yeah, very, very true. You're currently the female women's ambassador for the Leicester, head of development of the Leicester City football female team, aren't you?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Good. It's tough. Obviously, it was never going to be easy coming up into the top league. We've seen with Man United, who they I think they're 4 years in now as professional, and still finding it hard to get players, etc. And we're the same. We're only second year professional, and we're expecting to fight up with the best. No, we're finding it tough, but we're loving the challenge, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So management is something long term you'll be looking to get into?
Well, I'm just part of development, so I'm like helping with the manager to help with recruitment, etc. And as well looking at the academy development and pathways, etc. So I'm enjoying that side of it, which is different for me. So yeah.
All right. Emile, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
No problem at all.
All right. And thank you very much, everyone else in the comment section, for joining us. Absolutely buzzing tonight. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, people. Hit that share. Get this around to everyone you can. And, of course, join us on Sunday for the post-match reaction. And, of course, thanks to my co-host, Nathan Ellington.
Thank you.
All right. As we said, Emile's gone for a 3-1 victory for Liverpool, and Nathan has gone for a hard-fought 2-1 victory, last-minute screamer by Marcus Rashford. All right, on that note, peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.